After one of the craziest playoff games in recent memory, the Buffalo Bills were dumped out of the playoffs in heartbreaking fashion. I considered that an early exit from the playoffs from this loaded Bills roster, and especially the way how Josh Allen flawlessly played throughout those two games, it was definitely a disappointing outcome. But the Bills have a lot of work to do if they want to get back to the playoffs and possibly make a Super Bowl run. With a laundry list of free agents, including a lot of key contributors on defense, this upcoming draft could be one of the most important in recent memory for the Bills and the Bills Mafia. With 9 picks, the Bills are in a good spot to get younger and cheaper in some key areas and get some instant impact playmakers. So without further ado, here is my full 7-round 2022 Buffalo Bills mock draft. With the Bills' first pick at number 25 overall, I have them picking Andrew Booth Jr., cornerback from Clemson. The Bills can for sure use some depth behind Trey White, and Andrew Booth would be a fantastic addition. Booth has a distinct combination of size, athleticism, instincts, physicality, ball skills, and competitiveness that will make him an instant playmaker at the next level, especially if he doesn't have to shoulder the number 1 cornerback duties. What I like so much about Booth is his adaptability and versatility, which allows him to have virtually no coverage restrictions. He's as well-rounded as they come, especially in this year's class. One knock on Booth is his tackling technique, where he tends to go up high to try and make a tackle. And we all know that unless you have Herculean strength, you aren't tackling someone at the shoulder pad height in the NFL. But that's nothing pro-level coaching can't fix. Booth would be a huge win for the Bills. With the Bills' next pick in number 57 overall, I have them taking Quay Walker, linebacker from Georgia. I'm just letting you all know now, this is a very defensive-heavy draft class, so I apologize in advance if you don't like defense. Walker is an uber-athletic and rangy linebacker. His impact is felt in the run game, in coverage, and pressuring the quarterback. Walker is an all-around playmaker that plays like his hair is on fire. He's got all the makings of an off-the-ball superstar, with the versatility to play in the middle. The depth at linebacker is definitely thin behind Edmonds, Milano, and Klein. And with Milano the only one under contract past 2022, it's possible the Bills will look to move on from one of the others. Walker just makes a ton of sense in this athletic Bills defense. He could blow sideline to sideline and has tremendous game-changing playmaking ability. It would be another massive dub for the Billies. With the Bills' next pick in number 89 overall, I have them taking Sam Williams, edge rusher from Ole Miss. The Bills had a really nice pass rushing rotation last season with Mario Addison, Jerry Hughes, and rookies Gregory Rousseau and Boogie Basham. The latter two will be entering their age 34 and 35 seasons, respectively. The game of football is still, and will always be won in the trenches, and as we've seen, especially this year, a good pass rush masks a lot of other defensive flaws. So continuously adding young, hungry pass rushers can only help. Williams really took advantage of his extra year of eligibility and turned in a great season. His blend of speed and power really popped off his tape, and his ability to beat double teams as well. In run defense, he does a good job of setting the edge and is heavy at the point of attack. Williams might not be ready for a full-time role right away, but an edge rusher of his caliber coming in as a rotational rusher could be very hard to deal with for the opposition. With the Buffalo Bills' next pick in number 128 overall, I have them taking John Ridgeway, defensive tackle from Arkansas. Our defensive overhaul continues. John Ridgeway is a 6'6", 320-pound monster that actually lined up at the nose tackle position for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Ridgeway played 4 seasons at Illinois State before transferring to Arkansas and sliding seamlessly into their defensive line. Harrison Phillips and Vernon Butler are set to hit free agency, with the latter probably commanding a lot of offers. A rotational defensive line piece could be essential. Ridgeway won't blow you away with his stats, and he's not particularly dynamic, but his power and surprising flexibility help him get off blocks and get to the quarterback effectively. Ridgeway's sheer size makes him a block eater in run defense as well. He isn't going to start right away, but Ridgeway can be extremely valuable as a rotational piece that packs a serious punch. With the Bills' next pick at number 167 overall, I have them taking Cole Strange, guard from Chattanooga. Ike Bottiger and Ryan Bates are both hitting free agency, and the depth at the guard position comes into question. Cole Strange has been one of the most talked about draft risers so far in this draft process. After a strong showing at the Senior Bowl, Strange really put himself on the map. Strange has a lean, angular build with solid arm length for the interior. He excels both as a zone and gap run blocker with above average level athletic ability and play strength to cut off the backside shade, line up targets as a puller, and come to balance in space to intersect targets at the second level of combo blocks. Wow, that was a fucking mouthful. Strange reminds me a little bit of Ali Marpet, a small school prospect that can make an instant impact as a high-level backup or a starter right away. With the Bills' next pick in number 183 overall, I have them taking Dameon Pierce, running back from Florida. Devin Singletary finished the year strong, and Matt Breida showed us something, and Zach Moss was an absolute disappointment this season. I really like Dameon Pierce because he brings a unique blend of speed and in-between-the-tackle power. Singletary has the speed, and Moss has the power, but Pierce possesses both. There is a lot to like about Pierce at the next level. While he doesn't catch often, he shows good enough hands and ability to be a problem in the open field. He's an angry runner that prioritizes protecting the football. Perhaps the most important part of Pierce's game is his pass protection skills. That alone makes him a fantastic commodity for NFL teams. Pierce would bring a special skill set to the Bills' backfield that nobody else in that backfield possesses. With the Bills' next pick at number 202 overall, I have them taking JT Woods, defensive back from Baylor. JT Woods is a very intriguing player from Baylor. He played primarily as safety, but has the length and speed to potentially get some looks at cornerback as well. His ability to potentially play multiple spots in the secondary is a great thing for a defense looking to stop the top quarterbacks in the AFC. Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde are the best safety duo possibly in the NFL, but they aren't getting any younger, as both are on the wrong side of 30. Adding a player like Woods, who could lighten the workload for them and get some valuable experience, could help all parties in the long run for the Bills. With the Bills' next pick at number 229 overall, I have them taking Trey Turner, wide receiver from Virginia Tech. Trey Turner has been amazingly consistent throughout all 4 years at Virginia Tech, topping out at least 500 receiving yards per year in an offense that doesn't prioritize throwing the football. Turner is a smooth route runner who glides off the line of scrimmage. He's got decent size and good speed to be a perfect backup slot receiver for the Bills' offense. With his route tree at VT being predominantly out routes, shallow crosses, and vertical routes, there is plenty of room for him to grow at the next level and become a real option in the middle of the field. And finally, with the Bills' last pick at number 244 overall, I have them taking Myron Cunningham, offensive tackle from Arkansas. Cunningham is a well-traveled player that has a good amount of SEC experience. Cunningham offers the prototypical size for a tackle at the next level. In the passing game, Cunningham uses his outstanding length to his advantage and makes it very hard to get around him. He is an above-average athlete who could slide and mirror. He has a good anchor and handles the bull rush very well. He displays good overall hands with a quick punch and good timing. While he is able to keep in front of most rushers, rushers who win with speed and explosive first step might give him some challenges. In the run game, Cunningham fires off the ball hard with good power at the point of attack. He plays with a good hand use and has powerful hands to latch and steer once he engages with the defender. Cunningham is a nice depth piece that could possibly develop into a starter one day for the Bills.